Talmor, Shishin Magachi. Talmor is my home. My family have worked the land for generations. My gran says the island does not belong to us, but we belong to the island. And we must be ready, for a great evil is coming, and death follows with it.
Listen and subscribe to the latest season of Undertow, The Harrowing, a Storyglass production presented by Realm, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Alexis Ohanian. You may know me as one of the co-founders of Reddit, but more recently, a large part of my identity is being a father to my wonderful daughters. In my podcast, Business Dad, I hope to open the conversation about working parents a bit. You'll get to hear from a wide range of business dads, from Rainn Wilson and Guy Raz to Todd Carmichael and Shane Battier, to find out how they balance being a dad with a successful career. Business Dad is available now, so be sure to listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
And now, stop me if you've heard this before on the Toddcast podcast.
As a fan of MMA, you're well aware of the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer, the official announcer for the UFC events. It's time! He announces the main events. Oddly, what are the chances his half-brother is boxing and pro wrestling ring announcer Michael Buffer? Incredible. Bruce holds a black belt in Tang Soo Do and has fought as a kickboxer himself. And when he called up to be a guest, we talked about binge-watching shows, Daredevil and Shark Tank, great shows. He shared what it's like to have such a unique vantage point of the UFC. He talked about the first McGregor-Diaz fight. We got into comic books and collecting sports memorabilia. He even shared a near-death experience story. And stop me if you've heard this before, Bruce talked about the early days of the UFC and how it's been an evolutionary process for the organization.
Yeah, I mean, you're dealing with a spectacle. You know, it went from a spectacle to sport is exactly what happened.
Right.
And, the rules had to be modified. They had to be refined. The words mixed martial arts weren't even invented until about, I think, 6 or 7 years into the UFC's existence by an ex-commentator, Jeff Blatnick, who passed away a few years ago and was the man who overcame cancer to win the gold medal in the Olympics. It's different. You know, it was amazing back then, but it would not have got as big as it was today if it had not been refined, because it was just too much of a spectacle.
Stop Me If You've Heard This Before on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Puff, purveyors of quality cannabis accessories since 1995. Use promo code TODCAST and get 20% off regularly priced accessories and apparel in-store and online at puffpipes.ca.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.